Shifting our focus to the war raging on in the Middle East, even as Israel and Hamas conflict continues, leaders of the Brics countries, that is Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, will join a virtual extraordinary meeting on the West Asian situation along with their counterparts from newly added member states, that is Saudi Arabia, Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran and the UAE. South Africa has stated this in an official announcement. Meanwhile, both Russian President Putin and his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping has confirmed participation, and India is likely to be represented by Foreign Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. The meeting will be chaired by the South African President Cyril Ramaphosa and will be followed by a joint statement on the situation in Gaza. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, who's been calling for an immediate ceasefire, will also join the meeting. It will be interesting to see if India endorses any joint statement seeking a ceasefire, since it had, unlike other BRICS founding members, not backed the UNGA resolution for a humanitarian truce. While India had abstained from voting as the resolution did not condemn Hamas's terrorist attacks, others had all voted in favor. Joining us on the broadcast is Mr. Robinder Sachdev. He's an international affairs expert. Sir, very good morning and thank you for joining us on NewsX. What are your expectations from this meeting?
The BRICS meeting, you mean?
Yes, sir.
The expectations, I think that, to some extent, there's a high possibility that a statement calling for a ceasefire will be issued. Right? Because you see, all the countries who are participating, are absolutely have been calling for a ceasefire, in fact, even using stronger terms, right? The stronger terms may not be used because India will want to dampen it. But for a ceasefire, I think we'll have to go along. Remember, this is the global south. If most of the global south is asking something, India will have to see very carefully how we articulate our position. Secondly, though, in a sense, we are sending Minister Jaishankar. So we are slightly, not downgrading. We are slightly playing that, because several of the countries will be represented by the heads of governments, the President of South Africa, etc., etc. Okay. But from India's side, it will be Jaishankar. So in that sense, we are trying to lower our exposure also.
All right, sir. And sir, as you've said that you expect a consensus, I beg your pardon, regarding a ceasefire. Do you think India will try and push for at least one, important clause or sentence around terrorism and the condemnation of the Hamas terrorist attack?
That is a great point. I think India will push for it, okay, and thereby dilute some other thing. It's not only a ceasefire. If India was not in this grouping, I think all other countries would use very strong language, ceasefire. India has also condemned civilian killings, okay. Some of these countries go to the extent of saying that, war crimes should be investigated, right? So those kind of things India will look to tamper down in exchange for, our push on terror.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.